Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another day. Good to see you metaphorically. You're here again. If you're listening to me or seeing this, then you've survived another day. And as you'll hear me repeatedly say, that just doesn't happen. That's down to you and all the skills and abilities you have. Even though you may not recognize them, you've got there. And within you, that is the thing that'll take you forward and get you over this current crisis and hopefully even beyond. I want to talk to you very briefly about dealing with anger today, if that's possible. We only do wee short snippets and we need to go into more detail for this, but I'll give you some of the basics. The theorist would tell you that anger stems from a basic love need that's not met, that we expect to be treated in a loving, caring, respectful, dignified, compassionate, non-judgmental, non-abusive way by everybody. Those are all a series of words, each one of them with great meaning, but it's really boils down to how we want to be treated. We want to be treated in a loving way. Anytime we feel belittled, demeaned, judged, abused in any shape, form, or fashion, that's not a loving way. And we can take on ourselves a sense that we're being rejected as a human being, and that is very, very painful. And our defense often then is to get angry. Um, Anger is a natural response to a hurt, a bereavement, a loss, an injustice, and we can be angry at ourselves, our people, society, our God, you name it, whatever it is, we can be angry at that. And anytime we feel, particularly when it's a person in front of us, that you're judging me or you're not treating me with respect or dignity, um, and that can raise anger on us because we feel, why would you treat me this way, you know um, and it is this kind of sense that um, I'm somehow less than, that you feel you can do this to me. And as you've heard me say and will hear me continue to say, it is about our sense of self-talk, but often in the moment it's something that's triggered from the past. um, we'll go on to other aspects of anger later on, and we actually will have some stuff on our Facebook and website. But one of the tricks for dealing with it, as they say, is count to 10. Now, everybody laughs at count to 10. They think, how will that work? But in the main, it's about that focus. It's why are you using counting to 10? And the reality is, good psychological reason for that is, first of all, if you count to 10 slowly, uh, and put your focus on the numbers and your breathing to allow you to calm down, then you are shifting your focus from whatever it is that you're angry at or the person that you're angry at, and you're bringing it back to yourself and beginning to take control of that. So, why would you do that? You have to give yourself a rationale for that. I just know when I dealt with done anger classes for well over 20 years, and I've never yet met anybody who's told me that they can solve anything when they're angry. They might be able to vent, if they want, because that's a way of releasing the energy that comes with it. But often that can be very destructive. But one thing is usually certain is they don't fully understand why they are feeling the way they are, because often while you think it's the person in front of you, the roots of this is often in the past. So therefore, the likelihood of being able to resolve it is minimal, if not zero, because you've no real sense of what it is that you may have no real sense of what it is you're angry at, and certainly the person you're trying to have a conversation with or have an argument with clearly won't want to listen. They'll just try to defend themselves because you're attacking them. So therefore, you're not going to resolve it. So that's one good reason when you're in your own head and use this count to 10 to be able to say to yourself, this is why really I shouldn't be doing this. Secondly, and more importantly, is the deterrent. The bit that says, if I lost this, where will I go? Sadly, we know that the energy that comes from anger, if we direct it at somebody, we can do them great harm, to even to the point of death if we explode that. And also to be mindful that, talk briefly about domestic violence in one of our videos, If our children witness it and the rest, they don't know where that could go. And certainly, we get scared. It scares people. So we're asking you, use that simple technique about count to 10. Use it because it's a tool that allows you to take control back again with yourself. And also talk to yourself in a way that says, I need to understand what's happening, and I go away and do that. And then, in a calmer, more rational place, when I've got rid of the energy of the anger, I'll have a conversation if there's an issue I can do. Mindful that if you go down that path, you can end up hurting somebody. But also, let me say this, and I know this from experience of many people trying to force people to do things. Once anything goes beyond yourself, it's only an invitation to somebody else to listen to you. As I said earlier on, anger is a voice that needs to be heard and a need that needs to be met. But if you try to force that voice to be heard, then you're going to end up hurting somebody else. And you certainly won't get your need met. So I'm asking you, if you feel yourself getting angry, if you're not on it, you're not on it. Take yourself away. Uh, Learn to calm down, do what you need to do, and maybe we'll talk more about how you can do that. But more importantly, make sure you don't go with it because you could do damage that you may not be able to mend. I'll stop there and yet again on the same thing. Remember to talk gently to yourself. Be kind and loving to yourself. And again, for all those you meet or around, the same to them as well. Uh, you'll hear me talk in past videos about the harm we all can do to people through our ignorance, and that's not a judgment of people's intellect, but it's just that I go back to, if you don't know, you don't know. That's not an excuse, but the job of awareness is to bring that to people. They say, be mindful of how you're treating others as well as yourself. So I wish you peace for the rest of the day, peace of mind, and we will meet again tomorrow. See you soon.